Happy 3rd of July. Happy Finesse Friday. This week, amazing. What more can I say? I'm going to show you a ticker that moved over 300% for us. It was a ticker that finally triggered this week, although we provided it over 2 weeks ago. Also, our trade in progress from last week finally hit target range, so therefore I can disclose exactly what setup that was. And I'm also going to show you a small clip from our Smart Money Challenge. We just concluded the 4-day challenge we have this week, where those who join can now identify the same smart money setups that I personally find each and every week. One of our prior students, now he's a Profit Rooms coach for a few years now, he did some research, and I'm going to show you what he had to say. We have Antonio on here. What's going on, Antonio? How are you this lovely evening?
I'm incredible, Latoya. Always great to see you. Hello, everyone out there. I'm excited about tonight. I hope you guys are. And even if you did miss last night's, no worries. You are with one of the best of the. Actually, I'm not even going to cap. She's not
Oh
one of the
gosh.
best.
Oh
She's the
gosh.
best. No, honestly, she's the best. I did a little studying, Latoya, and I looked at.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I looked at
Don't have me
since
blushing on here. Don't have me
since
blushing on here.
since 2026 started.
Yeah.
And all of the swing alerts that you've sent,
Mm-hmm.
we haven't had an alert that didn't have a winning trade.
Hey,
So
hey.
we're halfway through the year. That's 26 weeks. We're 26 and 0. I don't know too many people that can say that. And
It's not
it's verifiable. It's
it's not
verifiable.
it's not easy, but what I'm going to do this evening and while we are hosting the remaining of the next 3 days, I want to make sure that the people that are on here, we help them identify the same smart money setups that we're able to find each and every single week.
Are you an even trader? Or are you an incredible trader?
Welcome back, everyone, to Finesse Fridays, where each and every single week I cover all the swing trade setups we executed, but also the discipline, the mindset, and the consistency behind them all. This week, once again, amazing, and I want to dive right into the tickers. We're going to start with UHS. What did I see? How did I identify the reversal of the trend? Also, we're going to follow up with Moderna, MRNA, as it continued to explode. We understand that a prior Finesse Friday, it moved over 600% on those particular expiration dates, but the further out expirations are still moving and gaining momentum as well. I'm also going to show you some bonus trade setups provided inside of our Discord community, and I'm going to speak about XYZ. So let's dive in it. I opened this chart and it's on Moderna ticker symbol MRNA. We will discuss this. We already discussed it. You see the trend line from the prior week on Finesse Friday. I'll speak about the Friday push. We had a slight pullback, still bouncing off trend lines. As we can see, not this trend line, is more than likely a moving average. Bounce on Friday, huge momentum, shows buyers in control, meaning people still have the opportunity to enter into a position for this week to benefit from the continued upside momentum. All 4 of these days up, with Thursday being a huge acceleration into 81.40, which was the high, meaning any long dated expirations on the option contracts for Moderna all moved up percentage wise as well as in value. We are continuously getting paid from pullbacks and swing higher, or if anyone had long dated contracts. Let's dive into UHS. UHS was a ticker provided on June 14th. However, it did not trigger on the Monday. The Monday was the 15th. We had a particular entry point. Price never got there until this week, and it officially executed on Tuesday for us. The thing with UHS, the option market, it does not have weekly expiration dates, only monthly contracts. Therefore, this month's expiration was more than likely the only selection in order to give it time once it finally execute. 3 weeks in time is more than efficient, especially based off of the data we have. And it pushed. We have our Wednesday, and then we have a gap that occurred yesterday in this particular ticker. When price opened significantly higher than where it closed, that means the options are going to not only increase in value, but that percentage return will also be immense. Now, in particular, the 150 calls, the way they move from entry price to the top, that's well over 300%, making this a huge success for us for this week in particular. The new ticker we provided, before I move along, let's get the trend line here. The trend line can get going since our execution, and then you can see the push into a nice movement higher. They're basically retesting a prior support level. If you use your eyes visually, you'll be able to see, especially when I go like this. You can see where price formed a nice base. And prior, when we gave the entry point, we're looking for price to move out of this channel. It did not quite then, therefore not taking our entry point. Once again, a slight pullback into basing some more before it finally left the channel. This in particular, dialed in terms of our smart money move trade setup. Official swing for this week, Wingstop, which also pushed in value. We traded this before. I did cover it, and we're just going to continue to take advantage of momentum. This week, I'm seeing a nice entry point for a continued movement up, and Wingstop hit our first target range. So we'll continue to trail stop it into second TP. Amazing move for Wingstop. A trade that was in progress from prior week, XYZ also hit our target range as well. You can see the high of Thursday, 8104. These call options in particular moved up 150%. For the ones we chose, the strikes as well as the expiration date, great momentum. And you'll notice we visit a lot of the same tickers over and over, almost each and every week. It's just a matter of finding the opportunity, especially during the pullbacks. Can price swing right back up and continue with the same trend? Bonus tickers. Bonus. Remember the week I provided American Express. American Express still information, still giving what it can give, but I also dropped Visa as well as MasterCard, and I gave the community an assignment. I said, look at those charts. Looking at those charts, meaning if I'm going to give you one credit card company, I am going to also provide the other two within the same sector because their chart formations are very similar. AXP, we had a great gap. Therefore, it really pushed and accelerated when it comes to the options. Visa and MasterCard, although a bit delayed, look at the chart for Visa. Look at the momentum as well for this week especially. It didn't move quite the same time as American Express, but the formation, it was ready. It was ready to push. Let's get our trend line out. This is the trend here. Huge move. And then let's go to MasterCard. You'll see a very similar breakout, trend up, out of consolidation. Great moves in general for the week. Each and every single week, we have the same approach. We stick to our same process. We do not alter. We do not deviate. It works. Hence the reason why we're consistent. During the challenge, our interaction with especially traders who've been doing this more than 2 years, they're still struggling. They're not consistent. They've readily admitted this. The thing is, it's not one component that you need help with. More than likely is to reshape not only your mindset, but also your trading process. We're doing this each and every single week, and we're getting the desired outcomes because we understand our methodology works at the end of the day. We're not missing any steps at all. We can identify the trend. We can look at a chart and read the language in which the markets are talking in order to anticipate price action. And that's where the consistency over and over and over will continue to build. It's because of our process. It's because of the understanding. And these concepts is what we are relaying to the masses. For some reason, not sure why struggling traders have a very hard time understanding that literally they have to throw their whole approach in the garbage. If it's not working, you're inconsistent, something is wrong. So rather than losing money to the markets and not being able to learn the reason why to do better for the next time, if you fail at that and you really truly desire a change, simply, you can reach out to us at the Profit Room. This is where we create independent traders who's able to fish for themselves for a lifetime. That's why we don't focus and dwell on our alerts. We focus and dwell on mastery in the education process. And we stand by our mentorship. With that said, have a great holiday weekend. Happy 4th, everyone. See you all on the next Finesse Friday.